Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here live for another episode of the weekly win streak. It's your boy TP3 Bets, and I'm joined by none other than the man himself. What up, bro? Back in here after a nice little weekend. Enjoyed celebrating with the family. Enjoyed winning some bets. Bro, how you doing, man? How's your Thanksgiving? I mean, not your. What am I saying? Thanksgiving. How's your Easter?
I'm very thankful for the fact that Jesus died for all of our sins and he rose yesterday. He is risen. It was a great weekend. I was like raging yesterday, and I did the math wrong. Yeah. I thought I was guaranteed a losing day, but if Steph Curry hit, which he did, I actually won 0.4 units. So we had a little baby winning day yesterday. Thought we lost. Didn't really feel like a winning day, but it was a winning day. T, I want to hear about your Easter, but we have to hear. There were fire departments called to TP3's apartment. He is so fucking hot right now. He's catching things on fire. TP3, tell the folks what is going on right now and the epic run that you are on.
Man, so all the bullshit we've dealt with over the last couple of weeks, whether it's last second threes going in, whether it's being on the wrong side of every single bad beat, all came back into one. And finally, I am the recipient of the good beats. So, we started things. I went to the Hawks game on Friday, watched those miserable bums just absolutely piss me off. And of course, come all the way back and blow it in overtime. Davion Mitchell, you know what? I wouldn't even be that mad if it wasn't Davion Mitchell, but bro, fucking Davion Mitchell cooked us in overtime. Only happens to Atlanta. And then, we started out Saturday. We fired on the first half in the full game under in the Bucks game. Easy winners. We had the over and the Cubs and the Diamondbacks. So they scored. They were at 7 runs. The total was 7.5 through 3 innings. And nobody scored the rest of the game. We were down to our final out. And Tim Tawa comes up and pimps a home run. I was like, damn, today's going to be legendary. So we hit that. Then Norman Powell hits a meaningless 3 at the buzzer in overtime to hit the over. So I got 2. I was on the right side of 2 bad beats for the first time in ages. And you know what? We didn't even get lucky, guys. We fucking deserved both those. Yeah. And then hit those, and then was on the Knicks. They stormed all the way back and covered for me. So we hit that one. Athletics money line winner, Giants money line winner, and then I did lose my max play actually on the Lakers. And so, it's 7-1, won I think a little over 5 units with the plus money from one of the underdogs. And then the next day started. So actually, I texted this to Bro. I actually did place this bet, but I did not send it out. I took the Marlins plus 1.5, plus 130 against the Phillies. Wow. And then I kept capping some of the other games just because I hadn't sent it out yet. I was like, I'm going to send all these at once and then get ready to go to church. And I just kept capping, and I was like, fuck. I was like, I'm really going to take the Marlins and the Reds plus 163 in the same day. I was like, I can't do this. So instead, what I did is I took the Reds money line winner plus 163. They won 24-2. And then we the other baseball, your Guardians hit for me and said I added a loser. But we have 4-0 yesterday on the NBA, so it was awesome, man.
Man. All I literally was visually seeing was check marks, green check marks, bing, 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 literally, just fucking knocking them down. Dude, absolutely love to hear it. And guys, TP3 deserved it more than anybody, man. He deserved it more than anybody because he was getting hit with the bad beat stick, and now it got passed to me. 5 straight games, I have lost a game either in overtime, extra innings, or the last inning. 5 straight days. Let's not make it 6 today. Cameron, what's up, brother?
What up, bro? Yeah, man, that's how it goes. You just got to keep telling yourself they're going to come your way, and they finally did. Yeah, Friday night, I can't lie. I kind of did get one, but I also shouldn't have been one. We had the over in that Memphis game. They needed 4 points with 3 minutes left to go, and then they didn't score again until there was 30 seconds. Or we need 6 points. And neither team scored till there was 30 seconds left. They laid one in, and they fouled for no reason, hit both free throws, and they came down and they hit both free throws, and we hit. So honestly, could have lost. It was ridiculous. But yeah, so everything went our way and we started eating. But I'm telling y'all, man, the NBA playoffs is where I eat because it's actually very predictable. With that being said, we have some NBA playoffs today. We'll save that for later on the show. First, let's start things out here in the MLB today. Well, actually, you know what, bro? I want to get your reaction. What do you think about your Cavs performance and Mr. Ty Jerome? Bang, bang, bang.
Listen, Ty Jerome played big, and I'm telling you, you heard it here first. The Cleveland Cavaliers will trade Darius Garland this offseason. You heard it here first. The Cleveland Cavaliers will trade Darius Garland this offseason. The Cavs have Merrill. They have Craig Porter Jr. They have Merrill. I didn't mean to say Merrill, though. I meant to say Jerome. And they have Craig Porter Jr., who's a serviceable backup. He's just fine. Just fine. I think they're going to ship out Darius Garland, and I think they're going to bring somebody big in, another scorer. I don't think Darius Garland is it. But Ty Jerome, you saw it. He played like shit yesterday. But Ty Jerome played excellent. Donovan Mitchell does what Donovan Mitchell does in the playoffs. My gripe is with Evan fucking Mobley. 0 rebounds in the first half, 9.7 rebound performance. I will tell you this. He was our GOAT, and we were eating goat's cheese. No longer. I'm lactose intolerant. I will never have any. I don't want any more fucking goat anywhere near me for the rest of the playoffs. He's just not built for the playoffs. He's way too fucking soft.
I don't know. I think Miami's an interesting matchup for him with Ware and Bam inside. So I just think it was a weird game, to be honest with you. Although I will say this, Garland's good in my book, man. He hit those 2 threes at the end to secure my cover. So he's good in my book as we stand right now. 12.5, baby. We got it done. You know, I was not going to lie. I was pretty worried. I thought the Cavs were the best bet as a favorite all day. And
really?
Yeah, I just thought they were the best play on the entire board. I just didn't want to lay 12.5. I was like, this is like a lot of fucking points. I don't know if I want to max this out, but I'll do a 1-unit play on them. And then, bro, that ended up being like, I mean, it was that was the closest 20-point blowout I've ever seen. Like, not saying Miami had a chance to win the game, but like, it was like Miami stayed on the cusp of like either getting blown out or like maybe putting some pressure on y'all for the entire second half. And then it was like the final 4 minutes or so. It was like Cleveland just pulled the rope from them, or like literally like 6 minutes. I think they pulled the rope. They just pulled the rope from him. Dude, Donovan Mitchell was unreal.
Yeah, he played awesome. And you're so right, dude. That game was always like 8 to 12 points. It was never a true blowout, but it was never like super close. I think they got it within 5 a couple of times after like the beginning of the game really got going, but it never really truly was close.
Yeah, it never felt like y'all were going to lose. It was just like the cover was very much in question for a while. Then finally y'all put it on. But I will say this is the last thing I'm going to say before we give MLB picks, and then we go back to the NBA playoffs tonight. Dude, I woke up in the morning. I was like, all right. I was like, dude, Memphis plus 13.5. I was like, that's a lot of points. And then I looked at what happened in the regular season. I was like, they only covered this one time by the hook. And then I was like, I don't know. And then I looked at like some numbers and it was showing how dominant the Thunder were. And I was like, all right. I was like the under. And then I looked again at Memphis's defense and I was like, no, I'm just going to take the Thunder here. I was like, this might actually be like the ass whooping of all ass whoopings. And bro, I was not expecting to be that much. They were up by 50 points at one point in time. 50
They won by 50.
Oh, wait, the final score is 50? To be honest with you, I went ahead and chalked it up as an L for the Grizzlies once that they went up by 40.
Yeah, they won by 50. I did the same thing, bro.
51. Bro,
yeah.
Look, guys, I'm going to go ahead and say this for everybody in the stream. Tomorrow's free play will be the Memphis Grizzlies plus 14.5. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you all that. I will be taking the Grizzlies out of principle. You lose a playoff game by 51 points, I'm taking you no matter what. So, you know what? It's not going to be a max play. It will be the 1-unit free play for tomorrow. Will be the Memphis Grizzlies. So go ahead. You can lock that one in tonight if you want to. I'm probably not. I think the public's going to be all over the Thunder tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to let the public buy the number as high as I can get it. I really like the Grizzlies to at least cover.
Bro, yeah, come on. Give us 15 points with professionals after getting smoked like that. We'll take them. All right, let's get some MLB. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. Let's get some MLB picks in here, though. We got a lot of games, or not a lot of games, but we got a decent little card tonight. I do have 3 picks here. We already had 1 game go off earlier today. Bro, take us away. Where are we going for the first play today of the MLB slate?
Yeah, I was in between giving 1 or 2 plays. I'm giving 2 plays in the NBA, so and like a little teaser parlay. So I'll give just 1 play in the MLB. I think here. We're gonna go Mets over 3.5 team total. Okay. Over 3.5 team total. Did I say 4.5?
No, you said 3.5.
Okay, over 3.5 team total. Aaron Nola is 0-4 this year with a 6.65 ERA. He just gave up 7 to the Giants. He gave up 5 to the Nationals on the road. The Mets have seen a ton of him. 274 at-bats, batting .270 with 74 hits, 14 home runs, 33 RBIs. And the Mets have scored 4+ in 3 of their last 4. The wind is blowing out into left field. So it does play into the hand of some of the Mets power hitters. I just don't see especially how the Phillies keep this game or keep the Mets under 4 or even keep this a low-scoring game if we're really being honest. Nola gets lit up after the 4th inning every fucking time, and the Phillies just got their bullpen taxed against the Marlins for no reason, going extra innings, cooking a huge lead, and ended up losing to the Marlins straight up. For that reason, I think Mets over 3.5 is an absolute slam dunk. T, what say you?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the sheets, all the top hitters today matchup. First pitcher is the Mets versus Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola is really struggling his last 2 starts last year against the Mets. He got absolutely piss rocked in that game. So I would definitely look towards the Mets way in this game for sure. Team total, the total over in the game and whatnot. I do have a bet in this game as well. So I like where your head's at there. For my free play, I'm going to go to a different game here. I'm going to take us to the Marlins versus the Reds. So look, guys, I searched the interwebs for some sort of database where I could do this without having to do it the hard way. I ended up having to do it the hard way. I looked through about the last 10 teams to score over 20 runs in an MLB game. The data is very mixed. But pretty much what I saw is if you were a decent team, you ball out the next game. And only trend I really found is if you're an underdog and you after scoring 20 runs, you're like 30%, you win like 30% of the time. So that doesn't even apply here. But honestly, there's not really anything to say you just scored 20 plus runs yesterday, your offense is going to suck now the next day. Like even the bad teams that did it, they still scored runs in their next game, and their game still had like 8 to 10 runs in them. So I'm not worried about that. We'll take the over 8 here. Now the Reds, yeah, I backed them yesterday as huge underdogs, and it was because their offense had been playing well. They were top 5 in walks, which now they're first in the MLB in walks in their last 8 games. They're, of course, now are number 1 in batting average and runs, but they're already top 5 in batting average, and I believe they were like 10th in runs. So, I mean, yes, the numbers are a little inflated with yesterday's performance, but this is still a team that's clicking on all cylinders right now, playing well. They're much better batting splits are against righties than lefties. They're facing a righty today. Max Mayer is good, but the Reds' offense is locked in right now. They also are one of the top teams as well when it comes to stealing bases. So I love this matchup here for the Reds. And then on the flip side of things for the Marlins, man, I mean, the Marlins are the number 2 offense in all of the MLB versus left-handed pitching in terms of batting average. Then I believe they were 3rd in at-bats as well. The Marlins are also 2nd in batting average the last 8 games, top 10 in runs scored. And the Marlins home games this season when they're an underdog are 8-3 to the over by 2.2 runs. They're at home today as an underdog. We'll take the over in this game at 8 runs.
Yeah, I really like the play. I looked at it. The Marlins are actually hitting good, dude. It's crazy. They're not winning games, but the Marlins are putting the fucking bat on the ball. And
yeah, bro.
They're an over team, man. Their bullpen is terrible. Their pitchers are terrible, and they put the bat on the ball. And it's also like psychologically, they get down early, and the other team doesn't give a fuck anymore. It's like, okay, let's just get this game over with. And then you see runs. I love the play.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I'm honestly shocked the Marlins offense is this good. Like, I looked through every single MLB team, and I thought they had the worst lineup in baseball. So I'm kind of shocked they're doing this. But, hey, as long as they're hot, we'll keep backing them at the dish. It's like I always say, guys, in baseball, some people will message me after we back a team 1 or 2 times, and they fuck us, and they go, this team's banned for the entire season. I say, listen, bro, it's a 162-game season. At some point in time, this team will be our wagon. At some point in time, they'll be our auto fade. It happens with every single team in the MLB. They'll be your fade, and they'll be your wagon. For now, the Marlins offense is a wagon for us / fading their pitching. Soon enough, they'll probably be a team we're not even touching anymore. That's how it is in baseball. I might bet a team 4 days in a row, and then I might not touch them again for 2 weeks.
Yeah, the only team that really doesn't fit that is the White Sox. If you're betting on the White Sox, just call the number. We've already talked about
that. Yeah. So whoever said that, shout out you. Yeah, call the number if you bet the White Sox. And I actually saw some people betting them today. And what do you know? They need to call the number.
Yep. It was pretty sharp to bet them, though. They ended up scoring first. There was no value on the Red Sox. So it's like you got to take a stab at it if you're going to do anything. But anything else in the MLB, or are we jumping to the NBA here?
Let's give a home run hitter real quick.
Okay.
My home run hitter today, I got to go with Pete Alonso. He has 6 career home runs. I know he's hitting like 386, his like 40 career bats against NOLA, has 6 home runs. It's actually a Johnny Cash shirt, but it says Cash at the top, so I wore it for the stream. I wish it just said Cash, but Johnny Cash, dog. This shirt's pretty dope, actually. So, yeah, so we like so I like the over, or what did I say? I like Pete Alonso to hit a home run today. It's probably plus like 260, but still, that would be my home run hitter.
I like it. I like it a lot. I gotta say, I didn't really look deeply into home run hitters, but I'll give you 2 that these have to be like minimal. Well, one of them's decent, but another one's a minimal sprinkle. Okay, we are going Kyle Manzardo of the Guardians. Neither of these, if you're my VIP, I did not play these, and I'm not playing these today. But Kyle Manzardo, home run. He does have a homer against Schmidt already. And then I would say also I like Jimenez from the Blue Jays against the Astros. His BVPs against Hunter Brown are not bad. Lefty on the Tribe, Santana. And a deep drive by Santana.
I forgot about the wind tunnel.
Yeah, there is a huge wind tunnel left. If the wind is going left to right, you want a lefty at the plate. But that's what I'm saying. Manzardo's a lefty, bro. Santana or Manzardo. I like it.
I like that too. Manzardo did Manzardo hit a bomb yesterday?
He's hit in back-to-back games. He hit one off Skeens and hit it into the fucking river.
Yeah, I was pissed at myself for not betting on y'all. I almost did, and I was like, well, the Pirates are on a little losing streak. If they were going to win one turn the ship, it'd be today with Skeens on the hill. And then, nope. I'm telling y'all, I actually think betting against Paul Skeens is the way to go. 1, their bullpen fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And 2, he gets no run support. Like, I think fading Skeens is the move. You get one of the worst teams in all of baseball. 90% on New York. They're getting smacked tonight. Yeah, the line's all over Cleveland. I would agree with you on that. Yeah, I forget what I was saying, but yeah, I think betting against Skeens is the move, honestly. Anyway, with that being said, let's go to the NBA tonight. We had 2 games. I'm gonna give a free play in the first one. Brobo's giving us in the second one, and he can also add one on in the first game if he wants to as well. Guys, this game right here, we have the New York Knickerbockers. They're taking on the Detroit Pistons. I'm gonna rock them with the Knickerbockers tonight. I'm gonna take a -6.5 in this game. There's a lot of things to unpack here. The first thing, look, the Pistons shot 15 of 32 from 3. That's good for 46%, and they still lost. If you can't win shooting that percentage in a playoff game, that's not good, man. Cade Cunningham got dominated by OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges. Josh Hart was in foul trouble for the Knicks. Karl-Anthony Towns dominated them inside. I think everything reads for a Knicks circle the wagons here and blow them out. I feel like the Knicks played like a B-level game at home, and they still won and covered and went on that huge run. Sure, you're probably not going to get a campaign explosion, but if we get the Knicks starting 5 to give us an explosion, I don't see how Detroit even hangs in this game here. I think Detroit gets smoked here. I think they really need like Jaden Ivey. They need another shot creator besides Cunningham. Shooter did some good for him, but ultimately here, I like the Knicks to get a big lead here and coast this game. Give me the Knicks to win this game. I think they win by like 20, but I'll take a -6.5.
Yeah, I like to play a lot. I capped it the first time earlier today, and I was like, man, if Detroit was going to win, it was going to be game 1. They had them. They had them on the ropes, down 12 in the fourth quarter. Like that was it. That was the time. That was the time to do it. They couldn't. Oh, there we go, Sammy. Yeah, TP3 is the NBA savant. You'll learn. You'll learn. Just tail him blindly, and you'll cash forever. But I just can't trust. I personally cannot trust the Knicks. I bet on the first game. I had a heart attack that entire game, and I was like, that's it. I just don't trust this team. So the play that I have in this game, guys, is a fun little same game parlay. It's plus 400. I put 4.4 units on it. Here's what we're doing. It's my 2 favorite player props for scoring and a negative correlation bet. We're taking Brunson, 25 plus points. OG Anunoby, 15 plus points. And then we're going to take the under 220. I don't think the Pistons are going to be able to score. And I don't think either of these teams are going to be able to shoot as good as they did last game. We're due to see regression, and it's very perplexing to see a total set at 220 when we saw these teams clear 235 last game. So Brunson, 25 plus, OG, 15 plus, under 220. It's plus 400. Little sprinkle.
Let me check something here. The total last game was the exact same as it is this game, right?
I think it was 221 or something like that. But yeah, it was very similar.
Yeah, so how did this game go over by like 15 points and we're only seeing a half a point adjustment? Vegas is telling you this game is going under the total, considering the fact the Pistons hit 15 out of 32 threes last game. Yeah, I think the under is the right play in this game.
Well, I appreciate that, T. And the reason you're getting such great value on a 3-leg is because you're taking 2 player props over, but then you're taking the under. So it's a really good value, and it's a good way to kind of fade the Pistons in a different way that doesn't have too much risk. Now we move on, as long as you don't have any or more input in the first game. We move on to the nightcap, where I'm going to let TP3 kick it off because I'm going to give a max play for free here on the weekly win streak for y'all. But T, I know you have a play. I know you have something great for these folks. You may not have an official play, but you got a lean. You got something that you're going to want to fire off, or any opinions that you may have in this game, and the folks want it.
Yeah, guys, I have a max play. I'm going to keep that sealed in the VIP, but I'll let Bro give his. But for this game, when I look at both these teams, I feel like first of all, Michael Porter Jr. was terrible. I would maybe look towards what's his prop line at tonight. I mean, Michael Porter Jr. played horribly last game. Kawhi Leonard turned the ball over 7 times. I think Kawhi is going to tighten up here and take over a little bit more. I think Harden's going to see more defensive attention. I think it's got to be the Kawhi and Harden games, and Kawhi and Porter Jr. games tonight. So Porter Jr.
It's 12.5.
12.5 is his prop line tonight. Typically, it was 16.5 last game, 15.5, 18.5, 17.5, 18.5. I think people are overreacting a little bit more to what happened last game. I mean, I feel like that was more of a play the hot hand. I think he's going to come out here a little bit more focused. So buying low on Michael Porter Jr. tonight, I think, is the best prop look in this game tonight. Total-wise, I would look towards the over here. The over was a sharp play. They went to overtime and it went under. Now you come back here and the total's adjusted. 6 points. Yeah, it's a 6-point adjustment from 6.5 point adjustment from last game. You look at NBA playoffs, 42 and 25 are the overs are hitting 42. The over is 42 and 25 in the NBA playoffs after the first game went under in game 2s of the series. So that's another trend here towards the over. So I like the over and Porter Jr. to go off here, and then my max plays in VIP. Bro, what do you think about this game?
Bro, it's scary, and you guys might be able to pick up what I'm putting down here. I'm going to send you the screenshot of my write-up that I have for a play that I took, and the breakdown that you just gave for that player. It's scary, bro. It's literally like you – dude, it's so crazy. I love that we're on the same page, and it makes me feel so good about the play. Guys, there's don't overreact. People will always run for the hills. Perfect example. They were running for the hills against the Mavericks. I backed the Mavericks. You know what happens when people tell you to fucking evacuate? Looters. Looters come in and they take all the copper and they take all the extra shit. And guess what? They make out. They win. You know what you do when people are all running away from a player or a team? You back them. That's the time to back them. I love that prop. I love it so much. I may have something very similar. But go ahead.
No, I was going to say, yeah, bro. That's what you got to do, especially in the playoffs with player props like that, for sure. Like, they know they need this guy. I mean, shit, he could hit 5 threes in his sleep in this game.
Fuck yeah. Absolutely. And he's super athletic, man. He can yam. He can dunk. He can get to the basket. Before his back injuries, he was even more athletic. But really like that play. Also, for what this guy's got a hot call right now. He's hit over 12.5 in 12 of 15 and 68% this year. We're going to go to the main event, max play for me on my card today. It's Clippers money line, folks. It's Clippers money line. I am a Cleveland guy. And maybe a little biased, but I think this bias only helps me in terms of my knowledge of the situation. Ty Lue is a great coach. This guy is an outstanding coach with tons of basketball knowledge, who's been there as a player, who's now obviously been there as a coach, has an NBA Finals ring, has experience coaching superstars like LeBron and personalities like LeBron and Kyrie and all these guys. Listen, I really think he's going to make the changes and adaptations in this game that will prevent the Clippers from falling flat after getting out to a lead again. They should have never lost that game, and they know they let one get away. I am telling you this. I love the Clippers here. There's a reason they're favored to win the series. They have to get home court advantage at some point in order to do so. What better time to do it than right now? After a Denver Nugget team got, frankly, lucky. They got lucky to come back and win that game. I love Kawhi and his defense. I love the fact that I hate it for Denver fans and the Denver faithful, but for me in this pick, I love that the Nuggets are in complete fucking disarray. You got Aaron Gordon looks like he got the shit kicked out of him, and no one's talking about what the fuck happened to him. You got Michael Porter saying he wasn't invited to dinners. You got people not helping teammates up. You got coaches getting fucking fired out of nowhere and general managers getting canned. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. Jokic is the one drawing up the goddamn plays. Sorry. Well, I mean, what the fuck is going on? We're taking the Clippers on the money line. We just have to. And James Harden's going to cook.
13 for the come get a James Harden.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's bull boss man D'Lo right there. I like where Bro's head's at for this game tonight. All right, Bro. We've given people enough picks here. We've been going for 27 minutes strong. Is there anything else you want to tell the people? Any final words before we get out of here?
Yeah, my luck is changing. It has to change today. I forgot to tell you this in the green room. Dude, I went to go get this viral pistachio chocolate bar at this chocolate place it was like 40 minutes away. I was like, all right, it's on the way to it's kind of on the way to the DMV if I make a loop the route. I get there sold out. 10 in the morning. Who the fuck's buying chocolate at 10 in the morning to screw me? You motherfuckers, I've been wanting to try that shit forever.
Hey, you just got to order one, man, off the internet.
Ordering chocolate off the internet? That sounds like ordering sex off the internet. Neither thing is a good idea.
I don't know. I might have to disagree with Bro on this one. That's a conversation for another day, guys, for another show. But anyway, Bro, let's get this fucking money tonight. I'm feeling good about our spots. We're going to cash. Any parting words for the people?